एवरीवन। सो हम लोग दृष्टि IAS करंट अफेयर कंप्लीट कर रहे थे। इसमें हम लोग काफ़ी आगे आ चुके हैं। अभी हम इंटरनेशनल अफेयर को करने जा रहे हैं। ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट रीडिंग। इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन है इंडिया ओमान बायलैटरल मीट, पेज नंबर 49। इंडिया ओमान बायलैटरल मीट on 16 दिसंबर 2023 सुल्तान ऑफ ओमान हिज मेजेस्टी सुल्तान हैतम बिन तारिक visited India on an official state visit. It was the first such visit of a sovereign of sultan in India in last 25 years. Now we have a joint vision partnership. India and Oman had adopted the Indian-Oman joint vision partnership for the future. India-Oman joint vision partnership for the future, setting the stage for bilateral cooperation and charting pathways for the future collaboration between the two countries. The vision document focuses on building a partnership in broadly 8 to 10 areas. These include maritime cooperation, connectivity, एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी हो गया, स्पेस, डिजिटल पेमेंट, हेल्थ, टूरिज्म, हॉस्पिटलिटी, एग्रीकल्चर एंड फूड सिक्योरिटी. बायलैटरल मीट हाईलाइट बायलैटरल एग्रीमेंट साइन ऑन आईटी कोऑपरेशन कॉम्बैटिंग फाइनेंशियल क्राइम्स. ठीक है, bilateral agreement signed on IT cooperation combating financial crime, culture and establishing the ICCR Hindi chair in Oman. A comprehensive economic partnership agreement, ongoing discussion with a substantial progress for the comprehensive economic partnership agreement to enhance the economic tie. India Oman Investment Fund, announcement of the third tranche of the USD 300 billion India Investment Fund for the key sectors in the Indian economy. कितना कर रहा है? थर्ड ट्रांच ऑफ USD 300 million ओमान इंडिया इन्वेस्टमेंट फॉर द की सेक्टर इन द इंडियन इकोनॉमी. पहले तो बायलैटरल कोऑपरेशन है ऑन द आईटी पे कर रहे हैं, फाइनेंशियल क्राइम्स, कल्चर एंड एस्टैब्लिशिंग ICCR हिंदी चेयर इन ओमान, कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक पार्टनरशिप एग्रीमेंट टू एनहांस इकोनॉमिक टाई. ओमान इंडिया इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड में 300 मिलियन आए. डिजिटल पेमेंट एंड ट्रेड कोलैबोरेशन बिटवीन इंडियाज UPI एंड द ओमानी प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर द डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म कंसिडरिंग द पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ इंडक्टिंग trade in rupee. Regional and international issue leaders discuss global matters including the Hamas-Israel conflict, advocate for the two-state solution to address the Palestine issue. Russia bilateral meet during 25 से 29 दिसंबर 2023. External Affairs Minister of India visited Russia. External Affairs Minister visited Russia for the bilateral meeting where both countries signed agreement on the nuclear power in areas of medicine, pharmaceutical substance and medical devices, economic collaboration and economic emphasis on strategic collaboration. किस में? डिफेंस में. इकोनॉमिक एम्फेसिस किस पे किया? स्ट्रैटेजिक कोलैबोरेशन इन डिफेंस, स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन, न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी एंड टेक्नोलॉजी शेयरिंग. एग्रीमेंट टू एक्सपैंड एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ रशियन हाइड्रोकार्बन टू इंडियन मार्केट. एक्सपोर्ट क्या करेंगे? रशियन का हाइड्रोकार्बन इनटू द इंडियन मार्केट. फाइनलाइज कोऑपरेशन प्रोग्राम इन फार ईस्ट विद प्लान फॉर एन अर्ली EU इंडिया FTA. ओके, पहले तो एम्फेसिस ऑन स्ट्रैटेजिक कोलैबोरेशन इन डिफेंस में करना चाहते हैं, स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन में, न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी में, टेक्नोलॉजी शेयरिंग. एग्रीमेंट टू एक्सपैंड द एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ रशियन हाइड्रोकार्बन टू द इंडियन मार्केट. फाइनलाइज कोऑपरेशन प्रोग्राम इन फार ईस्ट विद द प्लान फॉर एन अर्ली EU India FTA negotiation. Nuclear power plant agreement signed. Agreement for the future unit of the Kudankulam nuclear power plant in Tamil Nadu. India operates 2 Russian built nuclear power plant with 4 more under construction. Kudankulam India's largest, इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा लार्जेस्ट न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट बेगन कंस्ट्रक्शन इन मान 2002 विद द फर्स्ट यूनिट ऑपरेटिंग एट फुल कैपेसिटी इन फरवरी 2016. फुल ऑपरेशनल कैपेसिटी एक्सपेक्टेड बाय 2027. डिप्लोमेटिक इनिशियल डिस्कशन ऑन कोलैबोरेटिव एफर्ट एंड शेयर्ड इंटरेस्ट इन मल्टीलेटरल फोरम लाइक ब्रिक्स में है. SCO में यूनियन अफेयर्स. इंडियन नेवी हेल्प्स हाईजैक शिप इन अरेबियन सी. इन अ रीसेंट इंसिडेंट ऑन द अरेबियन सी, the Malta flag vessel MV Ruan was hijacked by the pirates. The Indian Navy swiftly intervened from its strategic Gulf of Aden location, intercepting the vessel on the route to Somali coast. वाह, सोमालिया कोस्ट पे रोक लिया था. माल्टा फ्लैग्ड वेसल MV Ruan. The European Union Naval Force Operation Atlanta joined efforts in the anti-piracy operation. Maritime piracy overview defined by the Article 101 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea. Piracy 101 of United Convention on Law of Sea. Piracy involves acts of violent detention and depredation for the personal gain on the high seas or outside any state jurisdiction. Considered serious maritime crime. Piracy is subject to international laws. Noteworthy pirate activity zone include the Northwest Africa, Gulf of Guinea, Red Sea, Somalia, Horn of Africa, Gulf of Aden, Indian Ocean, Indian subcontinent, and in Southeast Asia. Global Initiative Against the Maritime Piracy. United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, Article 101 establishes a legal framework for combating piracy, emphasizing international cooperation in addressing maritime threat. ठीक है. ऑपरेशन प्रॉस्पेरिटी गार्जियन इनिशिएटेड बाय द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. इट इज अ मल्टीनेशनल सिक्योरिटी इनिशिएटिव. मल्टीनेशनल Operation Prosperity Guardian, initiated by the US. It is a multinational security initiative ensuring Red Sea security. Red Sea पर है. Convention for the Suppression of the Unlawful Act Against the Safety of Maritime Navigation. कन्वेंशन और फॉर द सप्रेशन किसको करेंगे? अनलॉफुल एक्ट अगेंस्ट द सेफ्टी ऑफ मैरीटाइम नेविगेशन 98 अ मल्टीलेटरल ट्रीटी अडॉप्टेड इन 1988 एट द एससीओ कन्वेंशन इन रोम एम टू टेक अप्रोप्रिएट एक्शंस अगेंस्ट दोज कमिटिंग अनलॉफुल एक्टिविटीज अगेंस्ट द शिप कंबाइंड मैरीटाइम फोर्सेस सीएमएफ और मल्टीनेशनल नेवल पार्टनरशिप फोकसिंग ऑन डिफीटिंग टेररिज्म प्रिवेंटिंग पायरेसी फॉस्टरिंग रीजनल कोऑपरेशन प्रमोटिंग अ सिक्योर मैरीटाइम एनवायरनमेंट. इसमें 39 मेंबर स्टेट हैं अमंग देखना. तो यूनाइटेड नेशन कन्वेंशन ऑन लॉ सी ऑपरेशन प्रॉस्पेरिटी गार्जियन रेड सी के लिए US ने करा था सेपरेशन ऑफ अनलॉफुल एक्ट्स अगेंस्ट द सेफ्टी ऑफ द मैरीटाइम नेविगेशन 1988 इन रोम कंबाइंड मैरीटाइम फोर्सेस. माइग्रेशन एंड मोबिलिटी एग्रीमेंट बिटवीन इंडिया एंड इटली ऑन 27 दिसंबर 2023 यूनियन कैबिनेट चेयर बाय द प्राइम मिनिस्टर श्री नरेंद्र मोदी गिव इट्स एक्स पोस्ट फैक्टो अप्रूवल फॉर द प्रपोजल ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री. On 27 December 2023, Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave ex post facto approval to the proposal of Ministry of External Affairs to sign and ratify the Migration and Mobility Agreement between the Government of Republic of India and the Government of Italian Republic. The primary objective of the agreement between the India and Italy is to fortify collaboration on the matters concerning the irregular migration while fostering a stronger people-to-people ties. It facilitates mobility across the diverse segments, including students, skilled workers, business persons, and young professionals. The overarching goal is to encourage exchange and collaboration, promoting a more robust relationship between the two nations. Exchange, collaboration, promoting a more robust relationship. Temporary residence for Indian students. Allow graduates temporary residence in Italy up to 12 months for the professional exposure, post-academic or the vocational. Allow graduate temporary residence in Italy up to 12 months for professional exposure. Okay, reserve quotas for workers. Set quotas for the non-seasonal and seasonal Indian workers with a specified range for 2023-25 is under the flows decree. Agreement spans 5 years, automatically renewable. Joint working group oversee implementation, meeting periodically to assess the progress and proposes effective measures. India Bhutan to discuss new route of regional connectivity. King of Bhutan Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk visited India during the 9 December. Regional connectivity. India and Bhutan to explore a 58-kilometer cross-border rail link between the Galepu in Bhutan and Kokrajhar in Assam, and 18-kilometer rail link between the Samse in Bhutan and Banarhat in West Bengal. Train connectivity agreement to extend Bhutanese trade route from Haldibari, West Bengal to Chilahati, Bangladesh to boost trade opportunities. Okay, regional connectivity 58-kilometer का रेल लिंक बिटवीन गलेपू इन भूटान एंड कोकराझार इन असम. 18-kilometer रेल लिंक बिटवीन समटे इन भूटान एंड बनरहट इन वेस्ट बंगाल. समसे इन भूटान एंड बनरहट इन वेस्ट बंगाल. Samse and Banarhat. Train connectivity agreement to extend the Bhutanese trade route from Haldibari, West Bengal to Chilahati, Bangladesh. Train connectivity क्या है? Extend Bhutanese trade route from Haldibari, West Bengal to Chilahati, Bangladesh. हल्दीबारी कहाँ पर है? वेस्ट बंगाल में. टू चिलाहाटी, बांग्लादेश. ओके, भूटानीज ट्रेड रूट ट्रेन कनेक्टिविटी. हल्दीबारी कहाँ पे? वेस्ट बंगाल में. चिलाहाटी, बांग्लादेश टू बूट ट्रेड एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी. भूटान को पूरा लिंक कर देगा हल्दीबारी वेस्ट बंगाल से, फिर चिलाहाटी बांग्लादेश में. इमिग्रेशन चेक पोस्ट डिजिग्नेशन ऑफ द तरंगा सामद्रूप झोंकर एज एन इमिग्रेशन चेक पोस्ट टू फैसिलिटेट द इंडियन एक्सेस ऑफ द नेशनल इंक्लूडिंग द थर्ड कंट्री नेशनल एंड प्रमोटिंग टूरिज्म होगा. एंट्री एक्सेस ऑफ द नेशनल दरंगा सामद्रूप झोकर. सपोर्ट फॉर भूटानीज स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन प्रोजेक्ट. इंडिया कमी सपोर्ट फॉर द भूटान स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन थ्रू इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट एट Dadgiri in Assam and Galepu. Development agenda. India pledges continued support for Bhutan's social and economic development, focusing on the 13th five-year plan, lauding India's global role. Bhutan praises India's successful G20 summit organization, highlighting India's dedication to the global south interest. नेक्स्ट है इंडिया भूटान एनर्जी पार्टनरशिप प्रोग्रेस ऑन द 1020 1020 मेगावाट का पुनत सांगचू 2 हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट. पुनात सांगचू 2 हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट. एक्सपेंशन ऑफ एनर्जी पार्टनरशिप टू द नॉन हाइड्रो पुनात सांगचू. इंडिया भूटान पार्टनरशिप 1020 वक्त का पुनात सांगचू 2 हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट. एक्सपेंशन ऑफ एनर्जी पार्टनरशिप टू द नॉन हाइड्रो रिन्यूएबल सोलर एंड ग्रीन इनिशिएटिव. रिसाइकलिंग ऑपरेशन ऑल किया भूटान की. रिकॉल ऑपरेशन ऑल किया 2003 मिलिट्री ऑपरेशन अगेंस्ट द असम सेपरेटिस्ट इंसर्जेंट ग्रुप एम्फसाइजिंग हिस्टोरिकल कोऑपरेशन. इंडिया US 2+2 मिनिस्ट्रियल डायलॉग. ऑन 10 नवंबर 2023 फिफ्थ एडिशन ऑफ द इंडिया US 5वां एडिशन था इंडिया और US का 2+2 मिनिस्टर डायलॉग टुक प्लेस इन दिल्ली. इन विच द US सेक्रेटरी ऑफ डिफेंस मिस्टर लॉयड ऑस्टिन एंड इंडियन डिफेंस मिनिस्टर राजनाथ सिंह ने पार्टिसिपेट किया था. स्ट्रेंथ एंड प्रोग्रेस इन वेरियस फील्ड ऑफ बायलैटरल कोऑपरेशन, जैसे कि डिफेंस में, सेमीकंडक्टर्स में, डिफेंस में सेमीकंडक्टर्स में इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजी स्पेस एंड हेल्थ 2+2 मीटिंग हैव बीन हेल्ड एनुअली विद द यूएस लीडर्स इन 2021 में नहीं हो पाई थी. हाईलाइट किया जॉइंट एफर्ट टू को डेवलप एंड को प्रोड्यूस ऑनगोइंग नेगोशिएशन फॉर द MQ-9B UAV and F414 jet engine. Joint efforts to co-develop and co-produce defense system, MQ-9B UAV and F414 jet engine. Supply chain resilience, anticipation of managing security of supply arrangement, SOSA. Security of supply arrangement to enhance the defense industrial integration. Infantry vehicle cooperation, discussion on Striker and plans for the formal cooperation based on India military needs. Infantry vehicle cooperation, discussion on infantry vehicle on Striker and plans for formal cooperation based on India military needs. The review of the progress in the India-US defense India-US defense industrial ecosystem for expanding strategic technology partnership. India's full membership in the Combined Maritime Force CMF Combined Maritime Force CMF, a multilateral construct headquartered in Bahrain, signals a commitment to regional maritime security. Shared focus on maritime security, emphasizing the importance of stability and sea lane safeguarding. ठीक है, important shared focus on maritime security, emphasizing the importance of stability and sea lane Indo-Pacific stability, maritime security रहे, stability रहे, and sea lane safeguarding. Progress. Okay, I'm really sorry for this. Progress in the India-US initiative on the critical and the ISET, India Critical Emerging Technology for Science Technology value chain collaboration in both commercial and defense sector, addressing global challenges, acknowledging that the bilateral relationship goes beyond addressing challenges posed by the China. Acknowledgement that the bilateral relationship goes beyond addressing challenges posed by the China. Diplomacy matters. Resolution of India-Canada row on security concerns and reaffirmation of India's stand on Israel-Hamas conflict. Humanitarian assistance, provision of aid adhering to international humanitarian law, condemnation of civilian casualties. ओके, गोवा मैरीटाइम कॉन्क्लेव ड्यूरिंग अक्टूबर 29 से 31 अक्टूबर 2023. फोर्थ एडिशन ऑफ द गोवा मैरीटाइम कॉन्क्लेव 2023 was held by the Indian Navy and Regis of Naval War College Goa. Theme maritime security in the Indian Ocean region, converting common maritime priorities into collaborative एवं mitigating framework. GMT Goa Maritime Conference, India Navy's outreach initiative, providing a multi-national platform to harness the collective wisdom of the practitioners of maritime security, academia towards garnering outcome-oriented maritime thought. It is a biennial event which was started in 2017. The conclave was attended by the delegates from 12 Indian Ocean nations, including Comoros, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Madagascar, Malaysia, Maldives, Mauritius, Myanmar, Seychelles, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Thailand. It provides a forum for the exchange of views by the Chief of Navy, heads of maritime agencies on dealing with contemporary and future maritime challenges, as well as presenting a cooperative strategy for enhancing interoperability among the partner maritime agencies. As part of the conclave, visiting dignitaries were also showcased India's indigenous shipbuilding industry at the Make in India exhibition. As part of the conclave, visiting dignitaries were also showcased India's indigenous shipbuilding industry at the Make in India exhibition, along with the indigenous warship. As part of the Congress, visiting dignitaries were also showcased India's indigenous shipbuilding industry at the Make in India exhibition, along with the indigenous shipbuilding industry, make it along with the indigenous warship and also capabilities of the deep submerged rescue vessel. India-Tanzania relation. India welcomed the President of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, in New Delhi. Both nations signed 6 agreements strengthening the cooperation in various vital domains, including digital collaboration, कल्चर में हो गया, स्पोर्ट्स, मैरीटाइम, वाइड शेपिंग, इंफॉर्मेशन शेयरिंग, प्रमोशन ट्रेड बिटवीन द इंडियन रुपी एंड द तंजानियन स्वीलिंग अथॉरिटी, इंडियन बैंक टू ओपन स्पेशल रुपी वॉश टू अकाउंट फॉर तंजानियन करेस्पॉन्डेंट बैंक विद एफर्ट टू एंश्योर इज सस्टेनेबिलिटी, म्यूचुअल कमिटमेंट टू एनहांस द मैरीटाइम mutual commitment and to enhance maritime security in Indian Ocean region with the successful India-Tanzania joint exclusive economic zone surveillance. 2023 as a positive step. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan was honored with a doctorate from Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi, making her the first woman to receive this recognition for her role in promoting the economic diplomacy, regional integration, multilateralism between India. Economic diplomacy, multilateralism, regional integration. Tanzania's announced its participation in the International Big Cat Alliance and the Global Biofuel Alliance. Indian Ocean Rim on 11 October 2023 Council of Ministers meeting in the Indian Ocean Rim Association was held in Colombo by Sri Lankan government. The Indian Delegation Rim Association, Indian Ocean Rim Association, Sri Lanka, Colombo. Indian delegation was held by Mr. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. In this meeting, he assumed the role of the Vice Chair or Chair कौन था? Colombo, Sri Lanka. Vice Chair India. During the meet of the Council of Ministers adopted the Colombo Communique and the Indian Ocean Rim Association Vision 2030 and beyond, among other IOA related documents. India-Canada relationship between tension between the India and Canada has created due to allegation and the counter allegation regarding the Palestine movement. A demand for the separate second state. Canada expelled a senior Indian diplomat alleging India's involvement in the Canada expelled a senior Indian diplomat expert alleging India's involvement in the assassination of the sixth Canadian leader. सिख थे, कनाडा के लीडर थे हरदीप सिंह निज्जर. इंडिया denied any involvement and retaliated by expelling a senior Canadian diplomat. It was also speculated that the intelligence for the Nijjaz's assassination was provided through Five Eye Alliance. Five Eye Alliance, it is an intelligence alliance comprising, इसमें कौन कौन है? ऑस्ट्रेलिया है, कनाडा है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया या तो न्यूजीलैंड होगा, कनाडा, यूके एंड यूएस. These countries are parties to the multilateral UK-USA agreement, a treaty for the joint cooperation in signal intelligence. Key pillar of the India-Canada relationship, diplomatic ties established in 1947, bilateral recently valued at $6 billion annually. Canadian investment in India at approximately Canadian investment in India is approximately $3.3 billion, with Canada being the 18th largest foreign investor in India according to Invest India. India origin population in Canada comprises Indian origin 3% of the total population. Indian students make up 40% of the international students in Canada. Collaboration in the IPR between the Canada's Intellectual Property Office and India's Department of Industry Policy and Promotion. India is a crucial partner in the Canada Indo-Pacific Strategy. IC Impact fosters the Canada-India Research Excellence collaboration in the cold climate Arctic studies. Cold climate Arctic and launching the Canadian nano satellite by the ISRO. ISRO launched the Canada's first low Earth orbit satellite. Failure of the Canadian government to curb Khalistan and French element on Canadian soil has been a major source of discontent between the two nations. Visa and immigration policies of Canadian government which create hurdles for the Indian student wanting to study in Canada. India, the largest market for Canadian pulses, imposed a sudden 50% increase in duties on imported peas without the prior notice. This move was met with a displeasure from the Canadian government due to its impact on the trade relationship. The largest market for the Indian imposed a sudden 50% increase in duties. Also, the structural impediments such as the complex labor laws, market protectionism, and bureaucratic regulation are the roadblocks. कौन से हो गए? लेबर लॉज बहुत ही कॉम्प्लेक्स हैं, मार्केट प्रोटेक्शनिज्म एंड ब्यूरोक्रेटिक रेगुलेशन आर रोड ब्लॉक फॉर द इंडो कैनेडियन रिलेशनशिप. इंडिया मिडिल ईस्ट यूरोपियन यूनियन कॉरिडोर ऑन 11 सितंबर 2023 ड्यूरिंग द G20 न्यू दिल्ली समिट. यूएस, सऊदी अरेबिया, यूएई, India, US, Saudi Arabia, UAE and other countries launched the India Middle East European Economic Corridor, which is a part of the Partnership for the Global Infrastructure and Investment. India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor was announced on the side event of the G20 meeting in New Delhi when a memorandum of understanding was signed between the European Union and 7 countries, namely India, US, UAE, ठीक है, France, Germany, Italy and Saudi Arabia. UAE, Saudi Arabia, India, US, France, Germany, Italy. According to the information available thus far, the corridor will include a shipping route connecting Mumbai and Mundra port of Gujarat with UAE, a rail network connecting the UAE, Saudi Arabia and Jordan with the Israeli port of Haifa to reach the shores of Mediterranean Sea. Haifa will then be connected by sea to the port of Piraeus in Greece. Piraeus कहाँ पे? In Greece, to eventually be connected to Europe. It will divide into 2 corridors. एक east corridor, एक northern corridor connecting India to Arabian Gulf and northern corridor connecting Gulf to the Europe. ठीक है, मुंबई, गुजरात, वहाँ से पहुँचेगा यूएई में कहाँ जाएगा? जबल अली पे. ओके, जबल अली से रोड से जाएगा. यूएई में 2, एक जबल अली हो गया, उसके बाद अल गुआइफत के बाद सऊदी अरेबिया के हराद में रियाद में अल हदीथा, फिर इजराइल के हाइफा में, फिर ग्रीस के पेरियस में. स्टेट विजिट टू द सऊदी क्राउन प्रिंस टू इंडिया आफ्टर पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन G20 समिट इन इंडिया. Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman सऊदी अरेबिया के थे। ओके, वॉज वेलकम ऑन हिज डे लॉन्ग स्टेट विजिट टू द स्टेट इंडिया बाय पीएम मोदी। विजिटेड सऊदी अरेबिया क्राउन प्रिंस प्रिंस मोहम्मद बिन सलमान 11 सितंबर को आए थे। इंडियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी सऊदी क्राउन में प्रिंस मोहम्मद बिन सलमान साइन अ टू एस्टैब्लिश इंडिया मिडल ईस्ट यूरोप इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर ड्यूरिंग द रिसेंटली concluded G20 summit. After this, Mohammed bin Salman began his 8-day-long state visit to India. During his visit, both countries agreed to set up a joint task force to fast-track the West Coast Refinery project. West Coast Refinery project, this trilateral project involving Aramco, का oil company और Saudi Arabia, ADNOC oil company of the United Arab Emirates and an Indian company. The West Coast Refinery project is India's first and the largest greenfield coast refinery. इंडिया का फर्स्ट एंड द लार्जेस्ट ग्रीनफील्ड रिफाइनरी है। इंडिया का फर्स्ट एंड द लार्जेस्ट वेस्ट कोस्ट रिफाइनरी, इंडिया का पहला और लार्जेस्ट ग्रीनफील्ड रिफाइनरी। दिस प्रोजेक्ट लोकेटेड इन रत्नागिरी ऑफ मनास एक्सपेक्टेड टू हैव अ प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी of 16 million tons per annum and completed. It will be one of the world's largest refinery. And the task force which was set up will work on channelizing the promised $100 billion investment from Saudi Arabia for this project. During the meet, PM Modi and Prince Mohammed Salman also co-chaired the first meeting of the India-Saudi Arabia Strategic Partnership Council, which was set up in October 2009. What is the India and Saudi Arabia Strategic Partnership Council? 2009 India and Saudi Arabia. India and Saudi established a high-level mechanism known as the Strategic Partnership Council to strengthen the bilateral ties. The Strategic Partnership Council comprises two sections dedicated to various sector cooperation: Committee on Economic and Investment, Committee on Political Security, Social and Cultural Cooperation. Strategic Partnership. India became the fourth country to form the Strategic Partnership with Saudi Arabia. पहले तो फोर्थ कंट्री है सऊदी। इंडिया became the fourth country to form a strategic partnership with Saudi Arabia. यूके ने किया, फ्रांस ने किया और चाइना ने भी करके रखा। तो सऊदी अरेबिया ने यूके से किया, फ्रांस से किया, चाइना से और among the 8 agreements that was sealed in between between the Central Vigilance Commission of India and the Saudi Oversight and Anti-Corruption Authority and other between the Saudi Indian Exim Bank. The National Institute of Technology of India, NIT of India, and the Saline Water Conversion Corporation of Saudi Arabia signed an agreement during the visit. The National Archives of India and the King Abdul Aziz Foundation of Saudi also sealed a pact that will lead to a greater collaboration in the field of the archival research and conferences. Both sides also agreed to work on the India and Gulf Cooperation Council Free Trade Agreement. Prime Minister Modi visit to Greece on 25 August 2023. PM Modi visited Greece after attending 15 BRICS summit in South Africa. The India and Brazil, it's भी South Africa में हुआ था 15. India and Greece have decided to upgrade their relationship to a strategic partnership. It will focus on doubling trade, enhancing defense and security collaboration, addressing the shared challenges. Both countries also pledged their support to the objective of maintaining maritime security, to a commitment to the international law and to the Convention on the Law of the Sea. On this occasion, the Greek President Katerina conferred the Prime Minister of India with the Grand Cross or the Order of Honor, which is the second highest civilian honor in Greece after the Grand Cross or the Order of Redeemer. Grand Cross Order of Honor, सबसे पहले है Grand Cross Order of Redeemer. PM Modi also paid tribute to the tomb of unknown soldiers in Athens. What is the tomb of unknown soldiers? The tomb of unknown soldiers in a war memorial located in Syntagma Square in Athens. Syntagma Square in Athens, dedicated to Greek soldiers who lost their life in various wars. The symbol of remembrance and honor for the sacrifices made by the anonymous soldiers. It was sculpted between 1930 and 1992 by the sculptor Fokian Rock. Fifth India-Bangladesh Annual Defence Dialogue on 28 August 2000. India and Bangladesh held the 5th Annual Defence Dialogue in Dhaka, Bangladesh. During the meeting, the ongoing defence cooperation activity between the two countries for defence cooperation. Both sides agreed to increase the complexity of ongoing bilateral defence exercise. India-Bangladesh defence cooperation. India-Bangladesh shared 4,096.7 km border, the longest land boundary that India shares with any of its neighbours: Assam, West Bengal, Mizoram, Meghalaya. Assam छूता है West Bengal. Assam, West Bengal, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Tripura. And the two also conduct the joint exercise. Army exercise as Sampriti and Navy exercise as Bongo Sagar. Kampala Declaration. A total 48 African countries have now agreed to adopt a Kampala Ministerial Declaration Ministerial Declaration on Migration, Environment and Climate Change. Kampala Ministerial Declaration on Migration, Environment and Climate Change to address the nexus of human mobility and climate change in the continent. The continental expanse of the Kampala Declaration, maritime Kampala Ministerial Declaration on Migration, Environment and Climate Change was discussed at a three-day conference of the state that began August 23 August 2023. It was co-hosted by the government of Kenya and Uganda with support from the International Organization of Migration and the United Nations (UNFCCC). It also enabled the African states to develop the common position ahead of the African Climate Summit and the Conference of Parties COP28. African Climate Summit. Okay. 48 African countries have now agreed to adopt the Kampala Ministerial Dialogue on Migration, Environment and Climate Change. Human mobility and climate change. India-Indonesia Economic and the Financial Dialogue. Recently, India and Indonesia launched the India and Indonesia Economic and Financial Dialogue. It was announced by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The dialogue focused on enhancing the bilateral trade, investment, financial service, infrastructure development. It seeks to strengthen the cooperation between the two nations and foster a shared understanding on the global issue. Areas of cooperation inter alia include the macroeconomic challenges and the global economic prospect, bilateral investment relations, and the cooperation in G20 and Asian matters. India-Indonesia relations share a cultural and historical ties. India and Indonesia have a long history of cultural and commercial connection between the two nations. During their respective struggle for the independence, leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and the President Sukarno collaborate closely, laying the foundation of the Afro-Asian and the non-aligned movement. Strategic and the trade importance. Indonesia's archipelago of 18,000 islands is strategically vital to India, controlling important trade route to Southeast Asia. Indonesia archipelago of over 18,000 islands is strategically vital to India, controlling the important trade route to Southeast Asia. Bilateral trade stands at 38 billion financial year 2022, making Indonesia India's largest trading partner in ASEAN. Bilateral trade stands at 38 billion in financial year 2022, making Indonesia India's largest trading partner in ASEAN. India-US Strategic Clean Energy Partnership. A ministerial meeting of the US-India Strategic Clean Energy Partnership was held in New Delhi. Indian Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas Hardeep Singh Puri and US Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm. The sides reviewed the ambitious Strategic Clean Energy Partnership mandate, which are a strengthened collaboration in various clean energy areas. Both sides acknowledge the significance of Strategic Clean Energy Partnership. Indian Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas Hardeep Singh Puri कहे थे ambitious Strategic Clean Energy Partnership with sustainable collaboration in various clean energy areas. Both sides acknowledge the significance of the green as a vital energy source for the global decarbonization and apply support for each other's national hydrogen mission. Review of the establishment of the public and private energy storage task force to support the clean energy transition. Public-private energy storage task force to support the clean energy transition. Review of the deployment of hydrogen technology through the public-private hydrogen task force. Welcome the launch of the US-India new and emerging renewable energy technology action platform. Renewable energy technology action platform reflects the development of the key technology to advance the common ambitious clean energy goal. Global Biofuel Energy Ministry affirmed the vision of the alliance. As part of the G20 presidency, India has proposed a global biofuel alliance to bring countries together to expand and create new markets for the sustainable biofuel. Alliance works by sharing biofuel policy insights from Brazil, India and US with each other and urban art. Okay. The site reviewed the ambitious strategic clean energy partnership with in collaboration with village clean energy. Both sides acknowledge the significance of green hydrogen as a vital energy source for decarbonization. Hydrogen was a review of the establishment of the public-private energy storage task force to support the clean energy transition. Review of the development of hydrogen technology through the public-private hydrogen task force. Welcome to the launch of US-India new and emerging renewable energy. New and emerging renewable energy technologies action platform. Renewable energy technology action platform. Renewable energy US-India new emerging renewable energy technology action platform accelerates the development of key technology to advance the common ambitious clean energy goal. Global Biofuel Alliance Minister affirmed the vision of the alliance. As part of the G20 presidency, India has proposed the Global Biofuel Alliance to bring countries together to expand and create new markets for the sustainable biofuel. Alliance works by sharing the biofuel policy insights from Brazil, India and US with each other and then the alliance shall work in collaboration with the Clean Energy Ministerial BioFuture Platform, the Mission Innovation Bioenergy Initiative and the Global Bioenergy Partnership, Clean Energy Ministerial BioFuture Platform. South Asia Group for Energy. Both sides launched the SAGE to deepen the engagement between the Indian agencies and the US National Laboratory to support Indian agencies and the US. South Asia Group for Energy says. South Asia Group for Energy, both sides launched says to deepen the engagement between Indian agencies and US National Laboratory to support research, analysis and capacity building activities such as building modeling capacity in life cycle assessment of low carbon technology and analytics on the energy consumption in building sector. Strategic Clean Energy Partnership. The Strategic Clean Energy Partnership was established as part of the US-India Climate and Clean Energy Agenda 2030 Partnership. Okay, South Asia Group for Energy, both sides launched the SEA to deepen the engagement between the Indian agencies and US National Laboratory to support research, analysis and capacity building activities such as the building, modeling, the capacity in life cycle assessment of the low carbon technology and analytics on the energy consumption in low carbon technology and analytics on the energy consumption in building sector. The Strategic Clean Energy Partnership was established as part of the US-India Climate and Clean Energy US-India Climate and Clean Energy Agenda 2030 Partnership announced at 2021 Leaders Summit on Climate. Strategic Clean Energy Partnership aimed to enhance energy security and promote innovation through electrification and decarbonization efforts. कैसी होनी चाहिए एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी, प्रमोट इनोवेशन थ्रू इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन एंड डीकार्बनाइजेशन एफर्ट, स्केलिंग अप इमर्जिंग क्लीन एनर्जी टेक्नोलॉजी, एड्रेसिंग चैलेंजेस इन हार्ड टू डीकार्बनाइज सेक्टर्स, एनहांस एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी, प्रमोट इनोवेशन. एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी हो, इनोवेशन थ्रू इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन, डीकार्बनाइजेशन, स्केलिंग अप इमर्जिंग क्लीन एनर्जी टेक्नोलॉजी, addressing challenges in hard to decarbonize sectors, implementing technical solution. Initially known as the Strategic Energy Partnership, the Strategic Clean Energy Energy Partnership replaced the US-India Energy Dialogue, which was the previous intergovernmental platform for the energy cooperation. Agencies from across the US and the Indian government demonstrated a number of accomplishments across the following pillars of cooperation: power and energy, renewable energy, responsible oil and gas, sustainable growth होनी चाहिए, emerging fuels and technology. Prime Minister visited France. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited France from 13 to 14 July 2004 at the invitation of the Emmanuel Macron, President of France. India and France has agreed for the cooperation to the Atlantic Plans and outlined the roadmap for the next 25 years of India-France tie. Prime Minister was the guest of honor at the Bastille Day Parade on 14 July 2023. India-France relation is the present country. Intergovernmental agreement for purchase of 36 Rafale jets by the India in flyaway condition was signed in New Delhi in 2016. The France have promised 100% टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफ़र. फ्रांस ने क्या कहा है कि वो 100% टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफ़र करेंगे. इन अक्टूबर 2022 इंडिया एंड फ्रांस साइंड अ रोड मैप ऑन. इंडिया और फ्रांस ने अक्टूबर 2022 में रोड मैप ऑन ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन विच एम टू ब्रिंग द फ्रेंच एंड द इंडियन हाइड्रोजन इकोसिस्टम टुगेदर. अर्लियर इन फरवरी 2022 दे साइंड अ रोड मैप ऑन द ब्लू इकोनॉमी. फरवरी 2022 उन्होंने किया था रोड मैप ऑन ब्लू इकोनॉमी ओशन गवर्नेंस. फिर अक्टूबर में साइन किया था रोड मैप ऑन ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has become the first Indian Prime Minister to have been conferred with the Grand Cross of Legion of Honor, France, highest civilian and the military honor by the French President Emmanuel Macron. List of great presented by PM Narendra Modi to the host in the France. सैंडलवुड से बना हुआ सितार फॉर द फ्रेंच प्रेसिडेंट इमानुएल मैक्रोन. एंड उसके बाद पोचमपल्ली इकत इन सैंडलवुड बॉक्स. पोचमपल्ली इकत सैंडलवुड बॉक्स फॉर द ब्रिगेडियर मैक्रोन प्रेसिडेंट स्पाउस. एंड मार्बल inlay work table for the Elizabeth born Prime Minister of France. हैंड knitted silk कश्मीरी कारपेट. हैंड से बना हुआ सिल्क का कश्मीरी कारपेट फॉर द यूनियन प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ फ्रेंच नेशनल असेंबली. सैंडलवुड हैंड कार्व एलिफेंट एंड अम्बावरी फॉर द जिराड लार्जर प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ फ्रेंच सेनेट. इंडियन फ्रांस स्ट्रेटेजिक डायलॉग. इमानुएल बोने डिप्लोमेटिक एडवाइजर ऑन G7 and G7 G20 Sherpa to the President of the French Republic. Emmanuel Macron paid a visit to India on 5 January 2023 for the 36th of the Indo-French Strategic Dialogue. Emmanuel Bonnet. PM Narendra Modi visit to UAE. Prime Minister of India paid an official visit to United Arab Emirates on 15 July 2023. President of United Arab Emirates Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi in Abu Dhabi. Both sides noted that this was the fifth visit of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the UAE in the last 8 years. Prime Minister Modi last visited UAE in June 2022. In 2015, Prime Minister Modi became the first Prime Minister of India to visit the UAE in 34 years. Key highlight of the visit: India and United Arab Emirates have agreed to start trade settlements in local currencies. In this regard, an MOU between the RBI and UAE Central Bank for the establishment of the framework to promote the use of local currency INR ADD for the cross-border transaction was signed. The MOU aims to put in place a local currency settlement system to promote the use of Indian national rupee and AED bilaterally. India local currency support settlement system. India and UAE agreed to link the Indian Unified Payment Interface UPI विद द गल्फ कंट्री इंस्टेंट पेमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म। वहाँ पे IPP चलता है, इंस्टेंट पेमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म, यूनिफाइड पेमेंट इंटरफेस। प्राइम मिनिस्टर, इंडियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी visit to the US. PM Narendra paid 3 days official state visit to the USA. This was the PM first state visit to USA. On 21 June 2023, the visit began in New York, where the Indian Prime Minister led the celebration of the International Yoga Day 2023 at the UN. MOU and agreement signed between the India and UAE. Defense MOU between the GE and HL for manufacturing GE F-1 jet engines in India with 80% technology transfer to be used in Tejas Mk2. Purchase of 16 MQ-9B Sea Guardian unmanned aerial vehicle. US chip maker Micron, US chip बनाने Micron will invest 825 million to build the chip assembly and test facility in Gujarat. A pilot program will be launched to renew visas domestically for some petition-based temporary workers. The US Department of Energy and the Department of Atomic Energy of India agreed to facilitate opportunities for the Westinghouse Electric Company to develop. US Department of Energy and Department of Atomic Energy of India agreed to facilitate opportunities for Westinghouse Electric Company to develop a technological commercial proposal for the कोवाडा न्यूक्लियर पावर प्रोजेक्ट इन पता एक न्यूक्लियर पावर प्रोजेक्ट बन रहा है आंध्र प्रदेश में, इसका नाम है कोवाडा। द डील फॉर साइन फॉर 31 MQ-9B प्रेडेटर। कितने हम ले रहे हैं MQ-9B? 16 armed MQ-9B. A deal was signed for 31 MQ-9B Predator drone. India has signed a deal to procure General Atomic MQ-9B LHC unmanned aerial vehicle, which will be assembled in India. The US Agency for International Development and the Indian Railway announced MOU to combat US Agency for International Development, Indian Railway to combat climate change and achieve the Indian Railway's goal of net zero emission by 2030. To do joint task force were launched by the both countries on advanced telecommunication, focus on research and development in Open RAN and 5G 6G technology. India signed the Artemis Accord for the lunar and the space exploration strategic framework for the human spaceflight cooperation by 2023, and NASA and ISRO have agreed to launch a joint mission to international स्पेस मिशन इन 2024। नासा एंड इसरो ने जॉइंट मिशन हैज एग्रीड टू लॉन्च अ जॉइंट मिशन टू इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन इन 2024। ऑन 22 जून 2023 PM नरेंद्र मोदी एड्रेस अ जॉइंट सेशन ऑफ द US कांग्रेस नासा इसरो इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन इन 2024 agreed to launch a joint mission. MOU between India and Suriname on 16 August 2023. It was announced that the MOU was signed in June 2023 between the India और इंडोनेशिया सूरीनाम के बीच में। MOU was signed in June 2023 between the India Pharmacopoeia Mission, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and Government of India and the Ministry of Health and Government and of the Republic of Suriname for the recognition of the Indian Pharmacopoeia in Suriname. For recognition of Indian Pharmacopoeia in Suriname, signed between Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, Ministry of Health, Government of Suriname, 4 June. What is the India Pharmacopoeia Commission? The Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission (IPC) operates in the Ministry of Health and Family. IPC establishes and updates एस्टैब्लिश करता है और अपडेट करता है ड्रग स्टैंडर्ड्स इन इंडिया फोकसिंग ऑन प्रिवेंटिव डिसीज। इट पब्लिश द इंडियन फार्माकोपिया एज द ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट फॉर सेटिंग क्वालिटी स्टैंडर्ड्स। इंडिया फार्माकोपिया ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट फॉर सेटिंग क्वालिटी स्टैंडर्ड। द इंडियन फार्माकोपिया इज ऑफिशियली रिकॉग्नाइज्ड बाय द 5 countries as the official document for setting quality standards. It publishes Indian Pharmacopoeia as the official document for setting quality standards. The Indian Pharmacopoeia is officially recognized by 5 countries: Afghanistan, Ghana, Nepal, Mauritius and Republic of Suriname. Okay, visit of Prime Minister to Nepal to India. Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda, Prime Minister of Nepal, was on an official visit to India. First bilateral visit by the Nepal Prime Minister to India since assuming office in the current term. During this meeting, the Prime Minister finalized an agreement for the long-term power trade targeting power export from Nepal to India or to 10,000 megawatt within 10 years, conducting groundbreaking of the 400 kilowatt Gorakhpur से बुटवाल ट्रांसमिशन लाइन। ओके, कंडक्टिंग द ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग ऑफ द 400 किलोवोल्ट का गोरखपुर बुटवाल ट्रांसमिशन लाइन। अप्रिशिएटेड द फर्स्ट ट्राइलेटरल पावर ट्रांजैक्शन फ्रॉम द नेपाल टू बांग्लादेश फैसिलिटेटेड by the government of India, नेपाल से बांग्लादेश। इनॉग्रेटेड इंटीग्रेटेड चेक पोस्ट एज रूपादिया इंडिया, Rupai-Diha in India and Nepalganj in Nepal, and conducted the groundbreaking ceremony for the integrated checkpost in Sunauli, India and Bhairava, Nepal. Launched the cross-border freight rail operation between। कैसी फ्रेट रेल चल रही है? इंडिया में चल रही है भतनाहा और नेपाल के कस्टम यार्ड में। एंड हेड ओवर द कुर्ता बिजलपुरा रेल सेक्शन। लेट द फाउंडेशन स्टोन फॉर फेज 2 एक्सटेंशन टू चितवान। in Nepal ऑफ द मोतीहारी अमलेखगंज नेपाल को वो चितवान नेपाल तक लेके जाएंगे। पेट्रोलियम पाइपलाइन एंड साइंड एन MOU फॉर द पेट्रोलियम सप्लाई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ऑल्सो साइंड अ क्रॉस बॉर्डर पेट्रोलियम पाइपलाइन फ्रॉम द सिलीगुड़ी इन इंडिया टू झापा इन ईस्टर्न नेपाल। क्रॉस बॉर्डर पेट्रोलियम पाइपलाइन जाएगी इंडिया में सिलीगुड़ी से झलपा इन ईस्टर्न नेपाल, और जो अभी पेट्रोलियम पाइपलाइन है मोतिहारी से अमलेखगंज से चितवान तक बढ़ाएंगे। फ्रेट रेल चलेगी फ्रॉम द बतनाहा इन इंडिया एंड नेपाल कस्टम, जैसे कि एंड ओवर द कुर्था बिजालपुरा रेल सेक्शन। इंडिकेटेड चेक पे से रुपाई दैया नेपालगंज इन नेपाल, और एक समनी हुई थी ICP इन सोनौली इन इंडिया एंड भैरावा इन नेपाल। 400 किलोवाट का गोरखपुर और बुटवाल ट्रांसमिशन लाइन बनेगी। फर्स्ट ट्राइलेटरल पावर ट्रांसमिशन फ्रॉम नेपाल टू बांग्लादेश वाया इंडिया, और लॉन्ग टर्म पावर ट्रेड टारगेटिंग पावर एक्सपोर्ट फ्रॉम नेपाल टू इंडिया ऑफ 10,000 मेगावाट। इंडिया इजिप्ट स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप ड्यूरिंग द स्टेट विजिट ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी टू इजिप्ट during the state visit of the Prime Minister of India to Egypt. India and Egypt signed a strategic partnership. The strategic partnership agreement in a follow-up to the decision arrived at after the two leaders met in the January this year when LCC visited India as the chief guest of the Republic Day celebration this year. At that time, they had decided to elevate the India or Egypt bilateral relations to strategic partnership. Strategic partnership agreement signed 3 MOUs with agriculture चाहिए, एक एग्रीकल्चर, ए से आर्कियोलॉजी एंड कॉम्पिटिशन लॉ फॉर इनहेंस कोऑपरेशन। ओके, बायलैटरल रूल्स की बात करते हैं, इंडिया और प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इजिप्ट। Indian Prime Minister met Indian Prime Minister and Egypt India's unit is strengthening the relation at a high level. War Memorial Tribune homage paid to the 4,300 fallen Indian soldiers at the Heliopolis Commonwealth War Grave Cemetery. Heliopolis. G20 participation. Egypt named the guest country and the upcoming G20 summit, deepening ties. Historic mosque visit. Indian Prime Minister visit 11th century Al-Hakim Mosque restored by the दावूदी बोहरा कमेटी, हाईलाइटिंग द शेयर्ड हिस्ट्री। क्या होता है वहाँ पर 11th सेंचुरी में एक मॉस्क का जिसका नाम है अल हकीम मॉस्क, उसको रेनोवेट कराया गया, रिस्टोर कराया गया बाय द दावूदी बोहरा कमेटी। द प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी ऑन 18 मई 2023 is inaugurated the 3-day international museum expo at the Pragati Mela in New Delhi. It also inaugurated a virtual walkthrough of the upcoming national museum at the north and the south block. The PM also unveiled the plan for what is said to be the world's largest museum in Bharat, which will capture 5,000 years of Indian history. The International Museum Expo was organized as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate the 47th International Museum Day with the theme of the year Museum Sustainability and Well-being. The Prime Minister unveiled the mascot of the International Museum Expo, the graphic novel A Day at the Museum, the directory of the Indian Museum, the pocket map of Kartavya Path and the museum pocket map of Kartavya and the museum card. The mascot of the International Museum Expo is a contemporized version of the dancing girl made of the mascot कौन सा है? Dancing girl made of wood from in the Chennapatnam art style. Dancing girl of wood in a Chennapatnam art style. India UK Net Zero Innovation Virtual Center. The establishment of the Net Zero Innovation Virtual Center is announced in the presence of UK Minister George Freeman, Union Minister of India Dr. Jitendra Singh during the Science and Innovation and Council meeting. It is a joint initiative with India and UK to enhance their cooperation on science and technology. Both countries will work together on the decarbonization of manufacturing process and transport system and green hydrogen as a renewable source. Both countries will work together on the decarbonization. Decarbonization किसका? हमको decarbonization करना है किसका? मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस का, ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम का, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन का एज अ रिन्यूएबल सोर्स. On the decarbonization of manufacturing process and transport system and green hydrogen as a renewable source to reduce carbon emission, achieve the ambitious net zero target. The Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi made the pledge as some commitments from his country to get 50% of its energy from renewable energy by 2030 to reduce total projected carbon emission by 1 billion ton. India and the world's fourth biggest emitter of the carbon. इंडिया जो है पूरे वर्ल्ड का 4th बिगेस्ट एमिटर ऑफ द कार्बन. सबसे ज़्यादा एमिट कर रहा है चाइना, यूएस, फिर यूरोपियन यूनियन, उसके बाद फिर इंडिया. चाइना कर रहा है, फिर यूएस, फिर यूरोपियन यूनियन, फिर इंडिया। ओके, फिर रशिया करता है। द लैंग्वेज फ्रेंडशिप ब्रिज, द इंडियन काउंसिल फॉर कल्चरल रिलेशन हैज लॉन्च अ प्रोजेक्ट कॉल्ड द लैंग्वेज फ्रेंडशिप ब्रिज। द प्रोजेक्ट इज लॉन्च टू ट्रेन पीपल एंड क्रिएट अ पूल ऑफ एक्सपर्ट इन 10 लैंग्वेज लाइक Kazakh, Uzbek, Burmese, Sinhalese that are spoken in countries with which India has historical and the cultural ties like Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Uzbekistan, and Indonesia. The project aimed to enable India to translate its epics and classic as well as contemporary literature into these languages so that people in both countries can read them. The Indian Council for Cultural Relations is a autonomous organization of the Government of India, Ministry of External Affairs. It promotes cultural diplomacy through the cultural exchange with other countries. It was founded in 1950 by the India's first education minister, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, पहले एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर थे। ICCI has been assigned the responsibility of facilitating the celebration of the International Day of Yoga by the Indian Missions Post Abroad in 2015. India and the Malaysia to settle trade in Indian national rupee. The Ministry of External Affairs announced in April 2000 that India or Malaysia have agreed to settle trade in Indian rupee. This development is attributed to the landmark decision taken by the RBI in July 2005 to allow the settlement of the international trade in Indian rupee. Malaysia-based India International Bank of Malaysia has operationalized this mechanism by opening a special rupee Vostro account through its correspondent bank in India, the Union Bank of India. Vostro accounts are used to make payment in domestic currency. The comes in the wake of India making effort to shift away from the US dollar as it has been appreciating against the local currency in the aftermath of the Russia-Ukraine war on Unified Payment Interface and Pay Now. On 21 फरवरी 2023 प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी and Prime Minister of Singapore Lee Hsien Loong witnessed the launch of the cross-border connectivity between the Unified Payment Interface India and Pay Now of Singapore via video conferencing. 21 फरवरी 2023 launched by the RBI and Governor Shaktikant Das and Monetary Authority of Singapore Managing Director Ravi Menon. The linkage will allow individuals in India and Singapore to remit money to their bank account in real time at a competitive rate. ठीक है, remit money to their bank account in real time and a competitive rate. Singapore became the first country with the cross-border person-to-person payment facilities have been launched. Funds held in bank account or e-wallets can be transferred to from India using just UPI ID, mobile number, virtual payment address. SAARC currency swap. RBI has signed a currency swap agreement with the Maldives Monetary Authority under the SAARC currency swap framework. Maldives के साथ किया है SAARC की currency swap framework. The SAARC South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation currency swap facility operation on 15 November 2012. This is to provide the swap support as a backstop line of funding for short-term foreign exchange liquidity requirement. This agreement will enable the MMA, ठीक है, Maldives Monetary Authority to make the withdrawals in multiple tranches up to a maximum of USD 200 million from the RBI currency swap agreement. A currency swap is an agreement between the two cross-border entities where one of them agrees to provide a loan to another in a foreign currency. India signed a currency swap agreement of 400 million with Sri Lanka. India ने साइन किया. A currency swap is an agreement between the two cross-border entities where one of them agrees to provide a loan to another in a foreign. एक सेकेंड. This is to provide a swap support as a backstop line of funding for short-term foreign exchange liquidity. This agreement will enable the MMA, Maldives Monetary Authority, to make withdrawals in multiple tranches up to a maximum USD 200 million from the RBI. Currency swap is an agreement between the two cross-border entities where one of them agree to provide a loan to another in a foreign currency. India signs a currency swap agreement of 400 million with Sri Lanka for the year 2019-2022 में 400 मिलियन का स्वैप किया है और अभी ये मालदीव्स के साथ कर रहे हैं 200 मिलियन का. ऑपरेशन कवारी इन सुडान क्राइसिस. इंडियन गवर्नमेंट अप्रैल 2023 ऑपरेशन कवारी टू है कि नियरली 3000 इंडियन citizen in Sudan. PM Narendra Modi announced the operation at a public event in Kerala. This operation involved the deployment of Indian Navy INS Sumedha stealth offshore patrol vessels and 2 Indian Air Force C-130J special operation of aircraft on standby in Chade. Sudan has been facing a dispute between the country's army and paramilitary group which took over 427 including at least 273 civilians and more than 3,700 have been wounded. It started when the clashes erupted in western Sudan. Sudan के western side में in the capital city of Khartoum and in the Darfur region between the two rival groups and the Sudanese army and the paramilitary group called the RSF or the Rapid Support Force. The present conflict in Sudan has its root in the overthrowing of the long-serving President Omar al-Bashir by the military generals following widespread protests. Operation Maitri 2015 में the joint relief and the rescue operation by the Indian government and the Indian Armed Force was launched by following 2015 में Nepal earthquake. This operation, known as the Indian Armed Force Operation Maitri, aimed to aid Nepal's recovery and rescue Indians national standard in Nepal. ऑपरेशन राहत, ओके उसके बाद आता है ऑपरेशन राहत। ये भी 2015 में हुआ था। मैत्री नेपाल के साथ हुआ था। 2015 में यमन में सिविल वॉर हुआ था बिटवीन यमन एंड गवर्नमेंट एंड द हाउदी रेबल्स। अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ इंडियंस वर स्टक इन यमन ड्यू टू द नो फ्लाई जोन इम्पोज्ड बाय द सऊदी अरेबिया टू रेस्क्यू द इंडिया लॉन्च अ मिशन नेम ऑपरेशन राहत। ऑपरेशन समुद्र सेतु 2020 में ड्यूरिंग द कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक इंडिया लॉन्च अ नेवल ऑपरेशन टू रिपैट्रिएट स्टैंडर्ड सिटीजन फ्रॉम ओवरसीज। सेवरल इंडियन नेवल शिप इंक्लूडिंग जलश्वा लैंडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म डॉक एंड एरावत शार्दुल मगर were involved. Jalashwa, Airavat, Shardul, Magar. The mission took over 55 days to complete and cover more than 23,000 km by the sea. Vande Bharat 2020 amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the Indian government launched the Vande Bharat mission to repatriate its citizens stranded abroad. Operation Devi Shakti 2021, the operation to evacuate its citizens and Afghan partners from Kabul. Operation to evacuate its citizens and Afghan partners from Kabul. Operation Devi Shakti. After the swift takeover by the Taliban, Kabul से वंदे भारत कोविड अमित इंडियन गवर्नमेंट लॉन्च द वंदे भारत मिशन टू रिपैट्रिएट सिटीजन स्टैंडर्ड अब्रॉड। समुद्र शक्ति कोविड में भी, वंदे भारत भी 2020 में समुद्र सेतु हो गया और वंदे भारत देवी शक्ति जो है वो तालिबान में। ऑपरेशन गंगा 2022 में मिशन हैज बीन नॉन टू इवैक्यूएट इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड इन यूक्रेन ड्यू टू द हाइटेंड टेंशन बिटवीन रशिया एंड यूक्रेन। तालिबान में देवी शक्ति। कुछ समिट कॉन्फ्रेंसेस एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सेफ्टी एंड समिट। रिसेंटली द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस Safety Summit was held in Bletchley Park, England, in an effort to address the challenges posed by the advanced AI system. 28 prominent nations such as the US, China, India, European Union came together to endorse the Bletchley Park Declaration to the regular AI safety. A summit, this historic declaration aimed to establish a shared comprehension and a unified strategy for managing the potential risk and advantage associated with the frontier AI. Bletchley Park Declaration stands as the world's inaugural global agreement addressing the risk associated with the frontier AI. Emphasizing the global nature of the AI-related risk. Emphasizing the global nature of the AI-related risk, declaration underscores the imperative for the international cooperation. Bletchley Park Declaration stands as the first inaugural global agreement addressing the risk associated with the frontier AI. Emphasizing the global nature of the AI-related risk, the declaration underscores the imperative for international cooperation. Emphasizing the global nature of AI-related risk, the declaration underscores the imperative. Emphasizing the global nature of AI-related risk, the declaration underscores the imperative for international cooperation. Global nature of AI-related risk, the declaration underscores the imperative for international cooperation. It calls for collaboration among the diverse stakeholders, including companies, civil society, academia. Additionally, it announces the establishment of recurring AI Safety Summit, providing a platform for ongoing dialogue and collaboration, especially focusing on frontier AI safety. The upcoming summit is scheduled to be hosted by France within the next year, with South Korea co-hosting a virtual AI summit in the next 6 months. India's position at the summit. India has shifted its stance from not considering AI regulation and to actively formulating regulation grounded in a risk-based user harm approach. India has advocated for a global framework to facilitate the ethical expansion of AI tools, signaling commitment to the responsible use of AI technology. India-Ethiopia Joint Trade Committee on 7 November 2003. The sixth session of the India-Ethiopia Joint Trade Committee was conducted in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to bring together officials from both countries to strengthen economic ties. India has written an invitation to Ethiopia for collaborative efforts in integrating the Ethiopian HWIT with a unified payment interface UPI. India has extended an invitation to Ethiopia. Sixth session of the India-Ethiopia Joint Trade Committee was conducted in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to bring together officials from both countries to strengthen economic ties. India has extended an invitation to Ethiopia for collaborative effort in integrating Ethiopia's HWIT with the Unified Payment Interface (UPI). HWIT serves as a payment platform infrastructure in Ethiopia. Key sectors identified for the mutual investment include health, pharmaceutical, automobile, textile, infrastructure project, food and agro-processing. Furthermore, both nations have assessed the progress of ongoing discussions related to the Memorandum of Understanding in the area of standardization and the quality assurance as well as custom procedure. They have mutually agreed to expedite the conclusion of these agreements. इंडिया इथोपिया जॉइंट फिर से एक बार देख लेते हैं. इंडिया इथोपिया जॉइंट ट्रेड कमेटी arranged by Ethiopia to bring together officers from both countries to strengthen economic ties. India has extended an invitation to Ethiopia for collaborative efforts in integrating Ethiopia's HSWIT with a unified payment interface. HSWIT serves as a payment platform infrastructure in Ethiopia. Key sectors identified for mutual investment include health, pharmaceutical, automobile, textile infrastructure, food, agro-process. Furthermore, both nations have assessed the progress of ongoing discussion related to Memorandum of Understanding in the area of standardization and quality assurance as well as custom procedure. Standardization. Both nations have assessed the progress of ongoing discussion related to MOU in the areas of standardization, quality assurance, custom procedure. They have mutually agreed to expedite the conclusion of these agreements. What is India-Ethiopia Joint Trade Council? India-Ethiopia Joint Trade is a bilateral forum that meets periodically to review and enhance trade investment relations between the two countries. The Joint Trade Council is co-chaired by a senior official from the Ministry of Sovereignty of India, the Ministry of Trade and Regional Integration of Ethiopia. Joint Trade and Council discuss various issues and opportunities related to trade, investment, cooperation and policy matter. India-Ethiopia trade relations. India stands as one of the primary contributors of the long-term concessional credit to Ethiopia, extending the $1 billion for the critical sectors such as rural electrification, sugar industry and railways. The bilateral trade volume between India and Ethiopia recovered a noteworthy figure of $642 million. Ethiopia's economic landscape experienced substantial growth, estimated 6.4% in the year 2021. India holds a position of being the second largest exporter to Ethiopia. 20वां Asian India Summit and the Asian Inferior 20th 20वां एशियान इंडिया समिट और उसी साइड में हुआ था 18वां ईस्ट एशिया. पीएम नरेंद्र मोदी participated in the 20th Asian India Summit and the 18th Asia Summit in Jakarta, Indonesia, in presidency of Indonesia. East Asia Summit is a regional forum for the Asia Pacific region, was started in 2005. Currently it consists of Asian nation along with ऑस्ट्रेलिया है तो न्यूजीलैंड होगा ही, चाइना के साथ जापान, साउथ कोरिया, रशिया, इंडिया और यूएस. इट सर्व्स एज ए प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर डिप्लोमेटिक एंगेजमेंट एंड कोऑपरेशन अमंग इट्स मेंबर स्टेट. इज मीटिंग आर हेल्ड एनुअली. एशियन इंडिया कोऑपरेशन ये 20वें नंबर का था, ये 18वें नंबर का था. During the 20th Asian India Summit, PM of India presented a 12-point proposal for strengthening the Indian-Asian cooperation. The 12-point proposal included the following: establishing multimodal connectivity economic corridor that link the Southeast Asia, India, West Asia, Europe, offered to share India's digital public infrastructure stack with Asian partners. Announced the Asian India Fund for the Digital Future, focusing on the cooperation in the digital multimodal connectivity economic corridor that links Southeast Asia, India, West Asia and Europe. Offered to share India's digital public infrastructure stack with Asian partners. Announced the Asian India Fund for the Digital Future, focusing on cooperation in digital transformation and financial connectivity. Announced renewal of support to the economic and research institution of ASEAN and the East Asia to act as a knowledge partner for enhancing our engagement. Call for collectively raising issues being faced by the global south in multilateral fora. Invited Asian countries to join Global Center for Traditional Medicine, which was being established by WHO in India. Call for working together on Mission Life. Offered to share India's experience in providing affordable and quality medicine to people through generosity. Call for collective fight against terrorism, terror financing and cyber disinformation. Invited Asian countries to join coalition for the disaster resilient infrastructure. Call for cooperation in disaster management. Call for enhanced cooperation on maritime safety, security and domain awareness. Asia Pacific Forum on Human Rights. The President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, September 2023, inaugurated the annual general meeting and biennial conference for the Asia Pacific Forum on Human Rights in New Delhi. What is the Asia Pacific Forum on Human Rights? Founded in 1996, it unites the national human rights institution across the Asia Pacific region to address significant human rights challenges and in the region. Membership and the growth. The APF Asia Pacific Forum has 17 full members. Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission, which was a full member, is currently suspended. एशिया पैसिफिक फोरम. द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू सितंबर 20 inaugurated annual general meeting and the final conference of the Asia Pacific Forum on the Human Rights in New Delhi. Asia Pacific Forum on Human Rights was founded in 1996, national human rights institution across the Asia Pacific region to address the significant human rights challenges in the region. The Asia Pacific Forum has 17 full members. Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission, which is a full member. 17 full members. Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission, which is a full member, is currently suspended and it associate nation. India का National Human Rights Commission is permanent member since 1996. Asia Pacific Forum on Human Rights. Draupadi Murmu inaugurated annual general meeting and annual conference on the Asia Pacific Human Rights 1996 में बना था. तब से इंडिया इसका मेंबर है. It unites the national human rights institution across the Asia Pacific region to address significant human rights challenges in the region. नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ये 1993 में बनाया गया था. प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट एंड रिलेटेड अमेंडमेंट इन 2006 में अमेंड किया गया था. ये स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी है पूरे इंडिया में. इसका हेडक्वार्टर न्यू दिल्ली में. मल्टी मेंबर बॉडी कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ चेयरपर्सन, 5 फुल टाइम members and 7 team members. A person who has been a Chief Justice of India or Judge of the Supreme Court can become a chairman. Justice Arun Kumar Mishra is the current chairperson. नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट कस में अरुण कुमार मिश्रा. 20वां एशियन इंडियन इकोनॉमिक मिनिस्टर मीटिंग भी हुई थी. ये भी इंडोनेशिया में सिमारंग में हुई थी. द मेन एजेंडा फॉर दिस ईयर मीटिंग वाज द टाइमली रिव्यू ऑफ द एशिया इंडियन ट्रेड इन एशियन इंडिया Trade in Goods Agreement, which was signed in 2009. To the initiation of the Asian India Trade in Goods Agreement review addresses the long-standing demand from Indian business and promises to make free trade agreement more conducive to trade and mutually beneficial. 15th BRICS Summit. The 15th BRICS Summit was hosted by the South Africa in Johannesburg. Its theme was BRICS and Africa partnering for mutually accelerated growth. पार्टनर करना चाहिए क्यों? जिससे एक्सलेटेड ग्रोथ हो, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट हो, इंक्लूसिव मल्टीलेटरलिज्म हो. ब्रिक्स मार्केट 15 समिट बाय एक्सपैंडिंग ए पार्टनरशिप फ्रॉम द 5 to 11 कंट्रीज. इसमें इजिप्ट आया है. इजिप्ट के बाद ईरान आया है. अर्जेंटीना ने बैकआउट कर दिया. इजिप्ट, ईरान, सऊदी अरेबिया, यूएई, इथोपिया. ओके, जिससे कि ब्रिक्स इंडेक्स 6 न्यू मेंबर्स अब ब्रिक्स प्लस हो गया. प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी प्रपोजेस टू एस्टैब्लिश अ ब्रिक्स स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन कंसर्निंग एडवांस कोऑपरेशन इन द फील्ड ऑफ स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी एंड रिसर्च. इंडिया कॉल फॉर द ब्रिक्स कोलैबोरेशन अंडर द इंटरनेशनल बिग कैट अलायंस इन प्रोटेक्टिंग द एंडेंजर्ड बिग कैट दैट लिव इन देयर कंट्रीज. ब्रिक्स अर्बनाइजेशन फोरम वॉज ऑर्गेनाइज इन साउथ अफ्रीका ऑन 26 से 27 जुलाई 2023. ये अबाउट द फोरम इट वॉज हेल्ड इन इंकोसी एल्बर्ट लुथुली इंटरनेशनल कन्वेंशन सेंटर दरबन साउथ अफ्रीका. 26 से 27 जुलाई 2023. एडवांसिंग अर्बन रेजिलेंस. क्या होना चाहिए? अर्बन रेजिलेंस. किसके लिए? सस्टेनेबल सिटीज़ एंड टाउन्स फॉर फ्यूचर जनरेशन. अर्बन रेजिलेंस फॉर सस्टेनेबल टाउन्स एंड सिटीज़. 13वां ईस्ट एशिया समिट भी हुआ था. अभी तो हमने यहाँ पे देखा था कि 18th ईस्ट एशिया समिट हुआ था. ओके, व्हाट वाज दैट? दैट इज 18th ईस्ट एशिया समिट. ये 13th ईस्ट एशिया समिट क्यों लिखा हुआ है? Okay. Recently, Indian Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar visited Jakarta, Indonesia for the Foreign Minister meeting under the Asian framework in the format Asian India East Asia Summit and Asian Regional Forum. East Asia Summit Foreign Minister की मीटिंग हुई थी जकार्ता, इंडोनेशिया में. Asian Indian Foreign Minister meet. East Asia Summit was established in 2005 as an Asian-led initiative. The East Asia Summit comprise 18 members. 10 एशियान है, 8 डायलॉग पार्टनर्स. इसमें ऑस्ट्रेलिया, न्यूजीलैंड है. ओके, यूएस है, चाइना है, जापान है, साउथ कोरिया है, रशिया है और इंडिया है. इंडिया, जापान, देखो ऑस्ट्रेलिया, न्यूजीलैंड है, चाइना, जापान, साउथ कोरिया, रशिया, इंडिया, यूएस. ओके. ईस्ट एशिया समिट म्यूचुअली यूजली टेक्स प्लेस अराउंड द एशियन लीडर 8 डायलॉग पार्टनर्स है. ओके. एशियन ड्यूरिंग द 4th quarter of each year. India has been a founding member of the East Asia Summit in 2000 actively participates in all this meeting arrangement. 23rd SCO Summit. ये अब की बार की SCO Summit जो थी इंडिया ने चेयर करी थी 23वें नंबर की. 2023 में 23वें नंबर की इंडिया ने चेयर द SCO मीटिंग. SCO जो है 2023 4 जुलाई 2023 में इंडिया ने इसको चेयर किया. इंडियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने इसे चेयर किया था. सिक्योर्स SCO. न्यू दिल्ली डिक्लेरेशन. मेंबर नेशन साइंस डिक्लेरेशन टू काउंटर टेररिस्ट, सेपरेटिस्ट एंड एक्सट्रीमिस्ट एक्टिविटीज एंड प्रिवेंट द स्प्रेड ऑफ रिलीजियस इंटॉलरेंस, नेशनलिज्म, डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, xenophobia, fascism and chauvinism. क्या क्या किया है? रिलीजियस इंटॉलरेंस, नेशनलिज्म, prevent the spread of nationalism, discrimination, xenophobia, fascism and chauvinism. Leaders adopt the 2 thematic joint statement on counting the radicalization leading to separatism. अगर radicalization होगा तो क्या होगा? Separatism, extremism, terrorism and on cooperation in the field of digital transformation. New pillars of cooperation is startups and innovation, traditional medicine, youth empowerment, digital inclusion, shared Buddhist heritage. Shared Buddhist heritage, startup innovation, traditional medicine, youth empowerment, digital innovation, digital inclusion, shared Buddhist heritage. India introduces these 5 new pillars and focus areas for cooperation within the SCO during this 23rd summit. Iran officially joined the SCO as the ईरान ने ज्वाइन किया SCO. Iran officially joined SCO as the 9th member country. India assumed the chairmanship of SCO in September 2023 for 1 year. India became part of the grouping. So, startup innovation, traditional mission, youth empowerment, digital inclusion, and shared Buddhist heritage. The theme of the India chairpersonship of SCO was Secure SCO, which is derived from the acronym coined by the PM Narendra Modi. 2018 SCO 2018 में SCO की समिट कहाँ हुई थी? क्विंगा डाओ समिट. S for security, E for economic development, C for connectivity, U for unity, R for respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, and E for environment protection. The presidency of SCO for the forthcoming period is handed over the Republic of Kazakhstan. The next meeting of the SCO Council of Heads of the State will be held in Dujabari in Republic of Kazakhstan. Pimtang. On 17 July 2023, India का Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated in the first ever Foreign Minister meet of the Bay of Bengal Initiative in Bangkok, Thailand. Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand. The focus lies on reinforcing resilience, coordination among the big BIMSTEC members, acknowledging the shared challenges faced today. New avenues of cooperation were explored to address the common center concern regarding the food health cooperation. Case food health and energy security, collaborating on the technology solution and exchanging best practices are the key components of their shared objective to foster growth and prosperity. The BIMSTEC एक regional organization है जिसमें 7 member states हैं, ये deriving from South Asia including Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka. 7 members हैं. This sub-regional organization came into being Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka. देखो बांग्लादेश, भूटान, इंडिया, म्यांमार के साथ आप नेपाल भी ले लो, श्रीलंका, थाईलैंड and okay, this sub-regional organization came into being 6 जून 1997 through Bangkok Declaration. इसका सेक्रेटरीट ढाका बांग्लादेश में है 6 जून 1997 में. The Global DPI Summit, that is the Global Digital Public Infrastructure Summit and exhibition were organized recently on the sidelines of the third meeting of the G20 Digital Economy Working Group. About the summit, ये 12 से 13 जून 2023 पुणे महाराष्ट्र में हुआ था. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने इसे रखा था. G20 is Department of Digital Economy Working Group. G20 Digital Economic Working Group, originally called the Digital Economy. DETA was formed in 2017 as part of the German G20 presidency with the aim of promoting the implementation of a secure हो, जो भी हमारी इकोनॉमी हो, डिजिटल इकोनॉमी, वो सिक्योर होनी चाहिए, इंटरकनेक्टेड होनी चाहिए, इंक्लूसिव. Secure, interconnected, inclusive. It plays a critical role in shaping the global policy discourse in the digital space. The digital public infrastructure encompasses essential blocks of platforms such as the digital identification, payment infrastructures and data exchange. Solution. Digital public infrastructure facilitates the delivery of the vital services to citizens, promoting digital inclusion and improving lives. India, through its India Stack initiative, became the first country to develop all 3 foundational DPIs: digital identity Aadhaar, real-time fast payment UPI, account aggregator built on the data empowerment protection architecture. India, through its India Stack initiative, became the first country to develop all 3 foundational: digital identity, digital payment, account aggregator through data empowerment protection architecture. During the summit, India signed a MOU with 4 countries, namely Armenia, Sierra Leone, Suriname, Antigua and Barbuda, on sharing India's stack successful digital solution implemented at population scale. Armenia, Sierra Leone, Suriname and Trinidad and Tobago. छठा इंडियन ओशन कॉन्फ्रेंस ये was held in Bangladesh. Indian Ocean Conference छठे नंबर का was held in Bangladesh, which organized by the Indian Foreign Association, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Bangladesh and S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies. The 2-day Indian Ocean Conference was held with the theme पीस होगी तो प्रॉस्पेरिटी होगी इन पार्टनरशिप फॉर द रेजिलिएंट फ्यूचर. इंडियन ओशियन कॉन्फ्रेंस ये एनुअल इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस है दैट फोकस ऑन द जियोपॉलिटिकल, इकोनॉमिक एंड स्ट्रेटेजिक इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ द इंडियन ओशियन रीजन. का क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है? जियोपॉलिटिकल, इकोनॉमिक एंड स्ट्रेटेजिक इंपॉर्टेंस. द कॉन्फ्रेंस ब्रिंग्स टुगेदर द पॉलिसी मेकर्स, स्कॉलर्स, बिजनेस लीडर एंड सिविल सोसाइटी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव टू डिस्कस इशूज रिलेटेड टू discussed issues related to security, trade, cooperation in the Indian Ocean region. The first edition of the conference was held in Singapore in 2016. The first edition of the conference was held in Singapore in 2016. The fifth edition of the Indian Ocean Conference was held in 2021 in Abu Dhabi, UAE. इंडियन ओशन कॉन्फ्रेंस ये एक एनुअल इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस है दैट फोकस ऑन द जियोपॉलिटिकल, इकोनॉमिक एंड द स्ट्रेटेजिक इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ द इंडियन ओशन रीजन. ये एनुअल इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस है दैट फोकस ऑन द geopolitical, economic and strategic importance in Indian Ocean region. The conference brings together the policy makers, scholars, business leaders and civil society to discuss issues related to security, trade and cooperation in the Indian Ocean region. The first edition of the conference was held in Singapore in 2016. The fifth edition of the Indian Ocean Conference was held in 2021 in Abu Dhabi, UAE. SU Young Authors Conference. Generally, the Minister of State for Cultures and External Affairs, Srimati Meenalakshi. SU Young Authors Conference. Generally, Minister of State for Cultures and External Affairs, Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi inaugurated the SU Young Authors Conference. SU Young Authors Conference ये 12 से 13 अप्रैल 2023 लीला पैलेस से न्यू दिल्ली में हुआ था. इसको मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने लीला पैलेस न्यू दिल्ली में, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, नेशनल बुक ट्रस्ट इंडिया. द थीम ऑफ द कॉन्फ्रेंस इज सिविलाइजेशनल डायलॉग अमंग द एसयू मेंबर नेशन, पर्सपेक्टिव फ्रॉम यंग स्कॉलर. द संघाई ए कोऑपरेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज एन इंटरगवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फाउंडेड इन संघाई 15 जून 2001. द एसयू करंटली कंप्राइजेस 9 मेंबर स्टेट. इसमें चाइना है, इंडिया है, रशिया है, अब कौन कौन, पाकिस्तान है, कजाकिस्तान, किर्गिस्तान, उज्बेकिस्तान, तजिकिस्तान, के तुर्कमेनिस्तान नहीं है इसमें, तजिकिस्तान है. फिर चाइना, इंडिया, रशिया, पाकिस्तान, ईरान सब लोग हैं. 9 लोग हैं इसमें, 9. 2000 में एनर्जी मिनिस्टर सेशन ऑफ द वॉइस ऑफ ग्लोबल साउथ समिट. इंडिया होस्टेड द एनर्जी मिनिस्टर सेशन ऑफ द वॉइस ऑफ ग्लोबल साउथ समिट. द स्पेशल 2-day वर्चुअल इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज एज पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया G20 प्रेसिडेंट 13 से जनवरी 2023. समिट was organized by the Prime Minister on 12 January 2023. An important group of nations to collaborate on the political, economic, social, environmental, cultural and technical issues. The theme was the energy security and development roadmap to prosperity. The Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Housing Hardeep Singh Puri addressed the energy minister section of the Voice of Global South Summit 2023. कुछ रिपोर्ट और इंडेक्सेस भी हैं. ग्लोबल हंगर अक्टूबर 2023 में ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स वाज रिपोर्ट was released by the concerned worldwide and wealth hunger life in which India attained the AK rank out of the 125 countries. The power of the youth in shaping food system. The total number of included countries for 30, only 125 provide sufficient data. The global hunger index is a peer review report was released annually for the concerned world by the concerned worldwide and wealth hunger life common concerned world and wealth hunger life both are NGOs based in ये जो concerned worldwide है वो आयरलैंड में, wealth hunger life है जर्मनी में. It is a tool designed to comprehensively measure and track the hunger level global, regional, national level, reflecting multiple dimensions of hunger over time. Each country's global hunger index score is calculated based on a formula that combines 4 indicators that together capture the multidimensional nature of the hunger. Undernourishment, the share of the population whose calorie intake is insufficient. Child stunting, the share of children under the age of 5 who have low height for their age, reflecting chronic undernutrition. Child illness, the share of children under the age of 5 who have low height for their age, chronic undernutrition. Child wasting, the share of children under the age of 5 who have low weight for their height, reflecting acute undernutrition. Child mortality, the share of children who die before their 5th birthday, reflecting child mortality, reflecting the part of the fatal mix of inadequate nutrition and unhealthy environment. Undernourishment को 1/3 और चाइल्ड मोर्टेलिटी को भी 1/3, स्टंटिंग और वेस्ट, स्टंटिंग को 1/6, वेस्टिंग को 1/100. ओके, की टेकअवेज फ्रॉम द ग्लोबल हंगर अकॉर्डिंग टू ग्लोबल हंगर 2023. बेलारूस, बोस्निया हर्जेगोविना, चिली एंड चाइना अमंग द टॉप रैंक कंट्रीज. द लेवल वेरी लो लेवल ऑफ हंगर. तो बेलारूस, बोस्निया एंड हर्जेगोविना, चिली एंड चाइना. यमन हो गया, मदागास्कर हो गया, सेंट्रल नेटवर्क के बाद द बॉटम. ग्लोबल हंगर रिमेन टू हाई एंड प्रोग्रेस is on the reducing hunger has largely stalled. The 2023 global hunger index scored 18.3, considered moderate, down less than 1 point from 2015 global score. Progress in hunger removal has been stagnant in 2015. However, some countries including Bangladesh, Chad, Djibouti, Laos, Opedia, Mozambique, Nepal and Timor Leste have shown remarkable progress. South Asia and the Africa south of the Sahara, the world region with the highest hunger levels with GHI score of 27.0 each, indicating serious hunger in both regions. Latin America and the Caribbean are the only region in the world whose global hunger index scores have worsened. Europe and Central Asia has the lowest 2023 GSI score with a score of 6.0, which is regarded as low. East and Southeast Asia, dominated by the populous China, has the highest lowest 2023 global hunger score of any region in the report. India is ranked as 111 position among the 125 countries. India's global hunger index score 2023 stand at 28.7, categorized as the serious on the global hunger severity 111. 28.7 serious. This shows a slight improvement from its global hunger index 2015 score of 2019, which was 2 deemed serious. Comparison with neighbors, India ranked below its neighbors श्रीलंका, बांग्लादेश, नेपाल एंड पाकिस्तान सबसे नीचे पे आता है. श्रीलंका, बांग्लादेश, नेपाल एंड पाकिस्तान. India ranks below its neighbors Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal and Pakistan. चाइल्ड स्टंटिंग इज़ प्रेवलेंट एट 35.5%. इंडियाज नेशनल फैमिली हर सर्विस स्टंटिंग जो है वो 35.5% पे. द प्रीवलेंस ऑफ अंडर नरिशमेंट इन इंडिया 16.6%. द वर्ल्ड चाइल्ड वेस्टिंग 19.3 and the under 5 mortality 3.1. Current food system policies and investment are failing to address the intergenerational cycle of hunger in many parts of the world. Solution must embrace जो food system policies and investment. The solution must embrace a long-term perspective beyond 2030 and reflect young people's livelihood options and young people की livelihood उनके options and choice. Export preparedness index एक्सपोर्ट प्रिपेयर्डनेस इंडेक्स 2023. जस्ट अ सेक. ओके, इसके बाद हम नेक्स्ट कंटिन्यू करते हैं.